Hello everyone, welcome to Suprabha Academy English medium course for MPSC. My name is Akshay and today we are going to discuss the question and their answers of MPSC Combined Prelims exam which was held on 4th of January. Today we are going to discuss questions of two subjects, that is history and polity. So starting with subject history. So just note this, that this set is set A. Okay, so let's move on to the questions. So the first question here they have asked is British filed a case of sedition against whom for his writings regarding the Muzaffarpur bomb case. Okay, so here the correct answer is Lokmanya Tilak. The background for this question is in 1908, two members of Anushilan Samiti have bombed the carriage of District Magistrate Kingsford. Okay, and to support the incident, Lokmanya Tilak wrote two articles. And that two articles were the country's misfortune and these measures are not sustainable. For that two writings, he was charged with sedition. So here the right answer is Lokmanya Tilak. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is related to Pratna Samaj. Okay. Pratna Samaj. So here the first option is related to N.M. Joshi. What does the first option says? N.M. Joshi tried to improve the conditions of laborers by establishing the Social Service League. Okay, so here the option is right. We all know that N.M. Joshi established this organization named as Social Service League. So here the first option is right. Let's move on to the next option. The next option is Namdar Gokhale founded the Servants of India Society with the aim of producing good workers for service of this country. Okay, so we all know that Gopal Krishna Gokhale has founded this Servant of India Society, and here this option is also right. Moving to the third option, an orphanage was opened in Nashik on the behalf of the Samaj. This option is wrong because the orphanage was opened in Pandharpur with the help of Raoji Bhosle. So here this option is incorrect. Moving on to the third option, and this option says Maharishi Vitthal Ramji Shinde founded the Depressed Class Mission. So we all know that Vitthal Ramji Shinde has founded this Depressed Class Mission. So this option is also right. And here he has asked us the option were done by Pratna Samaj. So A, B and D. So option number 3 is correct here. Okay. Moving to the next question. Question number 3. Which of the following statements are true about Rajeshri Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj? Okay. Before moving on to the options, just try to remember that what are the works and what Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj has done. Basically, if to conclude in few words, he was a social reformer. Okay, so let's move on to the options. Option number A, he legalized he legislated a compulsory and free education. Okay. Second option is he patronage. He gave patronage to different arts and artists. Third is he legalized widow remarriages. Fourth option is he established Shahupuri market for traders in Kolhapur. So here the first option is correct. Why? Because he established a school at a place known as Chepripet. Okay. Second is also right. Third is also right because there was a bill, and the name of the bill was Patel Bill, and it was concerned with widow remarriages, and Kolhapur was the first state to enact that bill. Okay. Fourth option is also right. We all know that Shahu Maharaj has established this Shahupuri market. So here he has asked us the true options. Okay, so the true statements are all of the above. Moving to the next question. This question is related to AITUC. Okay, what is the full form of AITUC? All India Trade Union Congress. Okay, so this All India Trade Union Congress was established in 1920, and the leading figures were Lala Lajpat Rai. He was also the first president of All India Trade Union Congress. This All India Trade Union Congress is also affiliated to World Federation for Trade Unions. Okay. So previously the commissions have asked the question related to this organization, that who was the first president? Who was the first president of this AITUC? So as I have told you, that first president was Lala Lajpat Rai. So here in this question, he is asking that who have not served as president. Okay, the first option is B.T. Randhive, second is Sarojini Naidu, third is C.R. Das, and fourth is Jawaharlal Nehru. So among the options, B.T. Randhive has never presided, okay, and Sarojini Naidu has never presided. C.R. Das and Jawaharlal Nehru has presided over the sessions of All India Trade Union Congress. But as we go through the answer options, A and B have not presided, and we can't find this A and B option. So let's wait for the answer key of the commission. Okay. Moving on to the next question. So the next question is related to newspaper and their writers or their founders. So first option here we have Mukundrao Patil. Okay. Second option we have V.R. Kothari. Third we have Bhagwant Palekar, and fourth we have Shripatrao Shinde. So we have to match the pairs. So Mukundrao Patil have established which newspaper? Mukundrao Patil established Deen Mitra. Okay, and Shripatrao Shinde have established Vijay Maratha. V.R. Kothari established Jagruk, and Bhagwant Palekar established Jagruti. Okay, so here the option number 1 is correct. Fine. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is related to the chairperson. Okay, but the chairperson of Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress or INC used to have sessions every December at various places, and there were presiding persons who used to be a president. Okay, so this is the very favorite question of the commission. Here they have asked us the session of 1887 at Madras. Who presided over the session? So the right answer is Bharuddin Tayyib ji. One more added information is Bharuddin Tayyib ji was the first Muslim person to preside over the session of Congress. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Yes. So this question is related to acts. They have given you 4 acts. Act of Better Government 1858, Indian Council Act 1909, Government of India Act 1919, and Government of India Act 1935. They have given you 4 acts, and in the column B they have given you some provisions. We have to match the pairs. So let's go for option A, Act of 1858. Okay. So let's read the option. First option says independent constituency of Muslims. Does this belong to 1858? No. Foundation of cabinet system? No. Diarchy system in states? No. Created the post of Secretary of the State? Yes. This is the right option. As we all know that in 1858, two new posts were created, that is Viceroy and Secretary of the State. So the next, let's go for the option B. What does it says? Indian Council Act. We all know that in Parliamentary reform, separate electorates were granted to Muslim on the demand of Muslim League. Okay, so B would be first option. C, Government of India Act 1919. So in this act, in this Montagu-Chelmsford Act, diarchy system was introduced in state, okay, and in 1935 Act, diarchy system was introduced in the central, okay. So option number 3 here is right. Let's move on to the next question. Yes. So the next question is related to Indigo Revolt. The question says, what was the reason the indigo farmers in Bengal succeeded in revolting against the landlords after the revolt of 1857? Fine. So there are two terms here important, that is indigo, okay, and the next term is succeeded. Means there was an indigo revolt. There was a revolt related to indigo farmers, and that revolt was successful, because this question could be solved very logically if you just read the options. I have mentioned you to focus on these two terms, okay. So the first option says entrepreneurship and cooperation, organization and discipline, a split in landlords, and a Hindu-Muslim peasant unity. So to successfully complete a revolt, we need cooperation, entrepreneurship, okay, organization, discipline, and unity, okay. So these three options are right. A, B, D. So option number 2. Next question is related to the tribal uprisings. In history, there is a topic related to this tribal revolts and tribal uprisings. So here they have given you the tribes, okay, Kol, Mopla, Santhal, and Bhil, okay, and in the next column they have given you their region. So we have to match the tribes with their region. So Mopla rebellion was concerned with Kerala, okay. They at that time they used to call that Malabar coast, okay. They used to call Malabar coast. They used to also call that Travancore, okay. So the second is Kol uprising. Kol uprising is related to Bihar and present Jharkhand, Chota Nagpur plateau, okay. Chota Nagpur plateau, fine. Santhal uprising is related to Bengal. Everyone knows that Santhal rebellion was associated with Rajmahal Hills, and Bhil uprising was associated with Khandesh, Maharashtra. Fine. So here option number, let's find out the option. First, second, two option gets cancelled out, and Bhil uprising is 1. So option number 1. The next question is, this question is sort of out of box. Commission usually does it, that it always put a question that is out of box and you have to literally avoid it. But still, if you have attempted it, let's go through the question. What the question says, that Dash was the police commissioner of Bombay, had erected a gallows to hang those who took action against British rule. So let's go through the option. The first option says Sir Andrew Fraser, okay. The first option says Andrew Fraser, fine. Second option says John Notbore, and third option says Richard Mine. Fourth option is Charles Foggett. So these two options, 2 and 3, they are not concerned with India, okay. And this first option, Andrew Fraser, he was basically connected or concerned with Bengal presidency. The fourth option, Charles Foggett, is connected with Bombay, Firstly he was a deputy commissioner, and after some time he was promoted to commissioner of Bombay. Okay, he was Anglo-Indian, and he used to do this thing, hang the persons of Indian person who used to go against British rule. So here we have completed our history question. In the next session we will continue with a polity session. Thank you.